Hello and welcome to Kelvin State High School's Term 4 virtual newsletter. My name is Steve Barskill. I'm the Acting Executive Principal this week while Meredith Winter is on leave. Meredith Winter will be back with us next week. Who can believe it's already Term 4? It's been a pretty incredible year at Kelvin State High School, as it has been everywhere. And Term 4 is always an exciting time of year at school as we count down to the end of the year. But of course there are so many important events that occur between now and the finish of school. The school has had a fantastic start to Term 4 and I'm very happy to report that we've seen our Year 12s return and very quickly get into a good routine as they approach their final exams and the completion of their certificates. Of course, we continue to have to adjust school routines and end of year events because of the impact of COVID-19. And today, one of the things I'd like to talk about is how we intend to make changes to now enable our school to continue to celebrate the year that we've had in a safe way that allows our parents to engage whenever they possibly can. And there are a number of events that always occur at the end of Term 4. Some of these are going to look a little bit different this year. I'm very happy to be able to announce that attached to this newsletter you will find a letter that I've given to all Year 12 students that includes information about end of year celebration events for our Year 12s. In particular, our graduation awards and awards ceremony, and this will be occurring at the Entertainment Centre. We've chosen the Entertainment Centre because it's the only venue that will enable us to actually host all of our students in Year 11 and Year 12. And as well as that, to be able to allow 2 parents per student to attend. That is the maximum, unfortunately though, because of the impact of COVID-19, but by limiting it to two guests per student, it enables to ensure that every single student in grade 11 and grade 12 is able to have family or close friends or whoever they choose with them at that important ceremony. Now you would have noticed I said Year 11 and Year 12 graduation and award ceremony. Again, that's another change. The Year 10 students will have their graduation and awards ceremony in the form of a parade, an extended parade on the last day of school in week 8, that's Friday of week 8. Traditionally 10, 11 and 12 are together, but we are separating them again. This is because of the impact of COVID-19. Now our Year 12 students, they are in their final week of classes in week 3 for the ATAR pathway students, and then they will go into an exam from weeks 4, 5, 6 and the first 2 days of week 7. Our VET students continue to attend as normal once they complete all of their assessment in week 4, and if they have finished all of their certificates, they will receive a letter that allows them to not attend school because they will have completed all of their learning. Any student who has outstanding work on either assessment or completing their certificates must continue to attend school until that is done. After the graduation and awards ceremony in week 7, we have a couple of activities days for Year 12 students, and then we have our rite of passage ceremony, which is the traditional ceremony on the last day of Year 12 for all of our Year 12 students. Unfortunately, at the moment, because of the restrictions around COVID-19, we're unable to invite parents to that ceremony. So we will instead be live streaming it so that they can all access it. And of course, if restrictions were to change, we would investigate how that could enable us to allow parents to attend. But at the moment, the restrictions don't allow that to occur. And of course, a really important event for Year 12 students, the last day of school concludes with their formal, and that will be occurring at the Ville. All of the details around this are included in the letter that is, as I said, attached to this newsletter just below this video presentation. In terms of the rest of the school, as I mentioned, the Year 10s have their award celebrations on their last day, and then the 7, 8, 9 celebration will occur on the last day of school, which is Wednesday 9th of December. Again, with the 7, 8, 9 awards presentation, because of the impact of COVID-19, it will only be students, but we will be live streaming that so parents can actually watch that as well. And of course, in addition to all of that planning, we have continued wonderful activities occurring at school, and one of the most exciting things that are occurring is our Model United Nations North Queensland event that is occurring today. And in a moment, I'm going to be asking a couple of students to join me to talk about that important event. That has been a collaborative effort from a number of schools to bring to fruition, and a really exciting learning opportunity as well. So it gives me great pleasure to invite 2 of our wonderful Year 11 students to join me now to talk about this event. Today is a very exciting day at Curwen State High School because we are delighted to be hosting the first ever full Model United Nations Conference in North Queensland. This is something that our students have been leading the development of for a number of years now. It began 2 years ago when a number of Townsville schools combined to send students to a full Model United Nations Conference in Shanghai, China, the CISPAN event. We sent students in 2 consecutive years, and these students have been working to lead a similar event here in North Queensland. It's been led by our Year 12 students, Nikila Gurasinger and Sue Gerska, under the support of Miss Thompson, Head of Global Education. Our Year 12 students are very busy today running the event, but we've also got some Year 11 students who very ably supported them. I'm joined today by Samantha Messer and Ella Gorsden, both who went to Shanghai to attend the CISPAN event at the start of this year. How was that experience?
It was my first international trip, and it was an amazing experience being able to see the world like that.
Yeah, it was so incredible to be able to see how issues in the world, I guess, impact us indirectly, but they still impact us.
Okay, fantastic. And of course, out of that experience, you then joined the Model United Nations North Queensland, the MUNC committee, looking to deliver a similar event in Townsville for students that go to high schools across Townsville, and hopefully in the future that can even be expanded further. This is not the first event. There was a training day, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a training day led by Sue and Nikila, once again with some Pimlico students,
Yes.
and that trained us, so say, for China.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to acknowledge. This is actually, while it's being hosted by Curwen State High School, this is an event that is being run by a number of schools, the Year 12 students from Pimlico and Curwen, but there are other Year 11 students from William Ross State High School and Heatley State High School as well, who are on board with this initiative. So we've run the training event, and so how many students are there today?
There's approximately 100 students.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about today. What's happening at the Model UN conference that's happening today?
So we're starting off with not a mock, I guess, argument to get everyone, I guess, comfortable with the situation, especially those who are new to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then our next debate, which we're going to have soon, is the proper, I guess, official one. We're talking about the crisis in Yemen,
Okay.
which is really interesting, yeah.
So have you done research leading into this?
Yeah.
So we've sent information to each of the delegates from each school for
Yep.
them to research and hopefully be educated on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
debates for today.
yeah.
And so delegates, of course, from different schools are representing different countries, as would
Yes.
occur in a UN General Assembly, for
Yeah.
instance. So students obviously have an opportunity to really look at these important global issues and consider it from different perspectives. Why do you think that's so important?
I think it's so important because it impacts us in our daily lives, and it's something we see on the news but don't fully understand. So it's good to see every opinion. We see the opinions we don't even agree with, and we'll support it if we're in that country, but it helps us, I guess, to see things from different perspectives, which is
Our
really
theme
important.
for this year is Our People, Our World, and it's, even though we're not adults and we can't exactly help out these situations, it's good to be educated before we step out into that real world and they
Yes.
directly impact us.
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
I think we should never underestimate the capability of young people to enact change, but I think being informed, as you're saying, about the world is such an important thing, perhaps more important now than ever before. After concluding the Yemen debate today, what's the final session about?
We'll be looking at climate refugees.
Okay, and that's obviously a topical issue for this part of the world,
Definitely.
with our close proximity to the Pacific. Well, this is fantastic, and of course, you're in Year 11, so the big question I think people would like to know is, would we be seeing another Model United Nations North Queensland in 2021?
Definitely, it's happening again.
Hopefully it'll be bigger and better.
Yeah.
Wonderful, we can't wait. Thank you very much. I'm sure people would agree it's really inspirational to hear young people talking about these global issues with such in-depth understanding, and I really look forward to seeing it later on this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. In concluding this virtual newsletter address today, I'd like to acknowledge the wonderful news that we received this week that our Executive Principal, Mrs. Meredith Winter, was announced as a finalist in the Queensland College of Teachers TeachX Awards for excellent leadership in teaching and learning. These are the most prestigious awards in Queensland education, and the category in which Mrs. Winter is nominated is, I guess, the Rolls-Royce category, because it really recognises school leaders who make a massive difference to the lives of, in Mrs. Winter's case, thousands upon thousands of students. So Curwen State High School would like to congratulate her for her recognition as one of only 5 finalists in this category, and wish her the very best of luck, not that she will need it, for the final announcement, which will occur later in the term. Of course, there continues to be really important learning and assessment occurring this term, and it's really important that students are attending, really engaged and working their hardest. There's a lot of information for parents that is being distributed both through this newsletter and also through our Facebook page around exams, particularly for Year 11 and Year 12 students. Because this is the first time we have moved through this space for our senior students in the new QCE and this extended exam block. So please do search out that information and don't hesitate to contact the school if you have any questions. I would like to wish all of the students a wonderful term 4. It's a really busy term, it goes very, very quickly. There's lots to learn, there's lots of assessment to do, but there's also lots to celebrate, and we look forward to seeing the wonderful achievements of our students across the remainder of this term. Thank you.